Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we have just finished doing a rather expensive war, and we should probably save up some money at this point. It was more expensive than it needed to be, in all honesty. So these guys are going to send an ultimatum for a Liberty faction in 1 month. That's something I'd like to do something about, if at all possible. Do we have anybody at all? I mean, not really. We may have to accept this. Is there anything we can do here? I mean, not really, though, because we're not of age. That's the problem here, is that we're not of age yet. I think we may just have to accept dropping our crown authority. It's not the end of the world if we do. Or we could fight them. But given that we're currently in debt, I don't think that's super helpful. That said, if they don't send the ultimatum for a couple months, then our troops will generate up. We'll see when they send it. It's up to them. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump down to High Crown Authority here. We'll accept that. It's not a big deal. It really, really isn't. It costs us a little bit, but not much at all. So that's fine. Let's zoom in down over here and take a look at our current situation. So we're at 7 of 8 domain holdings right now, and that means that I would like to revoke this title from this guy. And he will, of course, accept that. Lackluster administration. Okay, yeah, that's definitely something that we should work on. To the point where we need to have our marshal increase control over here to attempt to remove this corruption and bump that up. Okay, so we'll work on that for a bit. And we'll also work on coming out of debt. Can we ransom anybody? Not right now. We should probably create these kingdoms, though. That is probably something that we should do. Well, that guy gained 30 opinion of us. That's nice. And we are just... We're also wounded, and that should heal fine. Yeah, we're feeling fine. That should be okay. Perfect. We lost our lackluster administration here. That means that this should max out very, very quickly. And let's just take a look at how this is looking in other locations. Okay, so once this finishes up, we're going to want to work on increasing our control over here, and it did just finish up. So there we go. Perfect. And we're going to be out of debt in about 10 months here at the current rate. That is also fantastic. We can try to stop the villain behind this, but I doubt we're going to do too much there. So we're currently 10. It's going to be 6 years before we come of age. We're in debt right now, and we are currently truced with this guy. That's fine. And we're not endorsed by our court chaplain either. Now, the short reign plus tyrant is going to turn that around pretty soon, actually. So that's great to see. And who are we currently being educated by? It seems like she wasn't great. Yeah, she's not great. Okay. Well, our half-brother, vassal, and bully is being a pain. What else is new, though? That seems pretty normal, honestly. We're also in line to inherit a couple titles, but we can grant vassals to rightful liege, and this is something that we should do. We should absolutely do that. Okay. Because we don't care about them as long as they're outside of our area over here. 190 gold from this guy. I think we're not that desperate. Our stress is getting up there, for sure. We lost the lackluster administration over here. That's wonderful, and we are working on bringing up that control. And how is our court chaplain doing? Okay, that still requires some time, looks like. But we're almost out of debt here. Just 5 more months. Actually, less than 5 months. Approximately 4. And that'll be just fine. We're going to come of age here in another 5 years. A claim just popped in. That's fine, but we're in debt right now. That's not necessarily a good thing. And as far as our earnings go, then they could be better. When are we eligible to pass absolute crown authority again? 1129? Okay. That's a while, but we should still be alive by then. And that's ultimately what matters, is what I'm trying to say, not what happens. What matters is that we pass it again before we die so that it's a bargaining chip to use against potential vassals who want to rebel, right? That's the primary benefit of it, in my opinion. I mean, sure, it's nice to have the levy and the tax contribution, as well as heir designation and vassals can't wage wars. Well, actually, vassals not waging any wars isn't necessarily good. What we want is the High Crown Authority one, where they can't wage internal wars. What we want is for them to be able to wage external wars. So that's actually a downside of going up, in my opinion. Now, we can press their claims for them. That's not a problem, but I do consider that a downside. That they can't press their own. Now, we're currently losing cash, and that is because we're trying to reinforce our men-at-arms. So that'll change quite soon. And we do need to bump up the size of these men-at-arms regiments, so that's probably going to be what we're going to work on for a little while anyway. But it'll take some time to get this fixed here. This is 58.3 gold per month going into our unraised men-at-arms right now. So that's going to be a while. Or rather, that's going to be quite a lot of gold to get that repaired, restored, if you will. Yeah, and you can see here it's starting to come back up now. So that is wonderful. Is this fully back? No. No, it is not. But we are paying a lot less now. And next month tick, it should fully finish repairing our men-at-arms. And there we go. Fantastic. So we're going to tell him that he's a terrible host. Perfect. Now, we could go to war again. I don't necessarily think that's a great idea. I wish there was a number here that said how many total men-at-arms you have without having to go through and add them up. That would be nice, but alas, no such thing exists. Oh, apparently we have realized that girls are fascinating. Perfect. I mean, that is a handy thing to realize when you need to produce heirs, I suppose. What is going on here? Ah, just an internal rebellion. Not a big deal. So, we could gain arrogant. I don't think that's super helpful right now. We could gain compassionate. It's okay, but I don't think it's amazing. Or we could gain callous. And I'm leaning towards gaining callous. Okay, let's do it. Fantastic. So, we can declare a few wars. These aren't going to be the best wars, in all honesty. What about this guy? I mean, we could do a subjugation war eventually. That might not be a terrible idea. I'd prefer to do that, I think, on this kingdom, though. We don't have a CB up there, so that might not be a possibility. Oh, we have a new court chaplain that does not endorse us. That's not particularly helpful. 150 gold for 11 opinion? I don't know about that. Hmm. 15 opinion for 10 gold to become our court physician. 10 learning, average, but I think that's worth it. She is now going to start endorsing us, which means that she's not going to give us a ton at first, but she's going to give us an additional 2.9 gold out of a possible 29. We want to get her on our side, for sure. And when you compare that cost to the send gift, where we get basically the same opinion, actually less opinion for 150 gold as opposed to 10 gold. Yeah, that's not particularly great, in all honesty. So that's wonderful. And we're going to be... We're still wounded, actually, which is a little surprising. But we're going to be coming of age here in about 4 years. And as I said, I do want to toss this money into maxing out our men-at-arms. So we'll get these mangonels maxed first. Get those siege speeds increased. Fantastic. These elephants will, of course, be pretty expensive to max out, but it'll still be pretty handy. That'll bring us up to 300 total elephants per regiment, and that's going to be great. Like, I'm going to be very, very happy about that. Our stewardship is skill 7. Hopefully that comes up a little bit, but that's not too bad, all things considered. And yeah, I'm just not too interested in declaring wars at this exact moment. I think I want to become of age first. And we'll just continue investing in our mangonels here. That said, we are going to get trebuchets in about 9 years, but that's okay. Our counselor died of great pox, and you are skill 31 learning. So, let's go ahead and... They have to be in our court. Oh, they have to be in our court. Okay, that is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But we will go with her. She is the same skill as the previous one, but she will gain up to 15 opinion of us, which will, of course, increase our earnings from her. We do need a new spy master, and it's going to be this guy. Excellent. So let's go ahead and upgrade this as soon as we can once this next month tick comes in. Perfect. And that gives us 2 maxed out units of mangonels. Wonderful. Heraldry will be finished in about 10 years. We will jump to high partition when we can. That will be fantastic. And then we'll go to primogeniture probably as soon as we can. But we're not in a huge rush for primogeniture. We're in a pretty decent place right now as far as that goes. Although we do want to get these back under our control soon. We don't have a claim on that currently. The tyranny is not nice, and the stress is very not nice, so we'll just wait on that, I think. That'll be fine. In the meantime, we can continue to work on our heavy infantry here. So we'll get that one up. Fantastic. And we're just going to continue buffing up our men-at-arms. I feel like this is a pretty strong composition of men-at-arms, actually. We counter almost everything. The only thing we don't counter or have is archers, but I kind of feel like archers aren't very important, right? Archers only counter skirmishers, and you know what else counters skirmishers? War elephants. And none of our units here are countered by archers, so I think this is fine. I'm quite content with this right now. And we'll bump this up to size 3. Finally, our wound has healed. That took a while. In all honesty, that took a very long time. We've still got some short reign going on here and some personal diplomacy, but we should be able pretty easily here to get up to level 50, or rather, opinion level 50, and get the maximum amount of gold. That should be pretty nice. And we're currently 13, so only 3 more years before we come of age. And of course, in the meantime, we are investing in our military. Doing what we can here. Up to size 5. Fantastic. We could gain generous. That would give us diplomacy. I don't really like the income malice on that. Diligent, however. That's pretty good. Minus 50% stress loss, but that's okay. Or we could gain patient, which is also pretty good, actually. And I think that's the one that we're going to take. We're going to become patient. So how's our learning right now? Without an education trait, we're already at 9 learning. I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully we get a decent education trait. But if not, it's not the end of the world. This guy's our culture head right now, and he's not speeding this up very much. 7 years away from getting trebuchets. Not ideal, that's for sure. We can lawfully imprison this guy, and we have a 100% chance. So we're actually going to do that. Fantastic, and then we'll ransom him back to himself for 30 free gold. Wonderful, and then we will, of course, bump up our heavy infantry here to size 6. There we go. So we are definitely improving this, and once we get this up to size 12, this is going to be 2,400 troops right here, plus an additional 900. So our fighting corps here is going to be, what, 3,300 troops? That's not bad for our men-at-arms fighting corps, especially considering we have such a siege focus. Yeah, I'm reasonably content with that. We just turned 14, so 2 more years on that one. This guy would not accept vassalization, of course. And we are still truced to him. That said, we are going to want to seize this de jure duchy, probably. Actually, I'm going to go for this de jure duchy next, and then we'll go for these two later on. But we're not ready to do that just yet. We are, of course, waiting out that truce and bumping up our heavy footmen here. Ah, we lost 20 stress. Good. That is very, very good indeed. So we're basically in a holding pattern right now. That's pretty much what's going on. How are we doing with the opinion of our court chaplain? Not as high as I had hoped. And it's because the grateful is reducing. Okay. Well, we're kind of holding firm there, and I guess that's okay. That'll be fine. Our max military cost right now is 135 gold. We have gained the trait ill, and we're going to do a safe treatment. Okay. We're a little bit brighter here. Perfect. That's actually a huge boost to our health. Wonderful. We're feeling fine, even though we're ill. Go ahead and bump this one up to size 9 of 12. And we are currently 14 and going to be turning 15 here pretty soon. So we'll be coming of age rather shortly. I am going to bump it up to speed 4 here, just because I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm being impatient, even though we just got patient. Perfect. We're going to bump this up to size 9. We're no longer ill. Ransom. Yes, I accept. And we're going to, of course, pour that money directly into our men-at-arms. Wonderful. We are currently 14, and we're going to turn 15 here in about a month. I do want to put our marshal on train commanders. I want that sweet, sweet men-at-arms maintenance reduction. Okay, so that brought us up to 63.3, and let's go ahead and take this up to size 12. There we go. And then this one will be the next one, of course. Although we could bump up our mangonels, I suppose. We'll come back to that in a moment, though. We can ransom 5 prisoners, and that is definitely something that I'm interested in doing. There we go. That cash will immediately go into our heavy infantry. Yes, increase the feudal taxes. Wonderful. Yes, I will be there. We're meeting our peers. We will also turn of age here in just a couple months. And that will be wonderful. Bump up to size 11 here. What fun we had. Okay, minus 35 stress because we're charming. That's wonderful. We'll bump our heavy infantry up to maximum size. And then we're going to start working on our mangonels, of course. Size 9. Perfect. We're about to come of age. And our truce is up with this guy. We should declare war on him soon. The question is, how soon? The answer is quite soon. Perhaps very soon. We're about 6 years away from trebuchets. And we're going to come of age right about 21 May. So right about now. We have come of age. Perfect. We became an insightful thinker. I like it. We're going to immediately go for scholarship focus. Yes, I will ransom this guy. So yeah, it could have been worse, but it could have been a whole lot better. Skill 15 learning. We should definitely find ourselves a high stewardship spouse like this one. I know the chance of children is fairly low, but that's not the point of this particular spouse. Okay, and she is, of course, our primary wife here. And we will have her manage our domain. So that puts us up to 8 of 11. That means that we can revoke this title. Wonderful. And we can also revoke this title and this title from our brothers. Only a 4% chance. 43% chance there. If we revoke this, who all would join? As a fair number. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to claim his title. Boom. Now he's going to be pretty salty at us for that. He's not going to accept this, but almost no one will join him. Perfect. We are going to go ahead and raise up our troops here. This is enough. And we're going to start heading in. Rally the troops. Perfect. We're going to siege this down, of course. And who's the other guy who joined this war? Oh, that guy up there. Okay, sure. I kind of don't care. That's only 40%. Okay, maybe I do kind of care. We'll make our way up. It's going to take some time. There's no doubt about that. I was hoping that we'd capture him, but no such luck there. And up we go. We're just going to siege that capital. Also, I'm potentially interested in getting her back on our side. What did we refuse her for? I don't know, but we need to sway her. And so we shall. Perfect. So we want to get our domain limit up, of course. And I wouldn't necessarily mind imprisoning this guy. 80%. I think we'll wait until after the existing rebellion. Okay, got some free opinion there. I like it. He's apparently sending 4 troops to attack us. Oh, and there's these guys down here. They are slow sieging. That is very, very slow. Okay. I like it. Okay. Let's siege here, and then we'll head into their capital. You better forget all about that. Okay, 63%. We're going to attack this capital here, and then we'll probably head up... Actually, where are we going to have to go from here? Over here is where we'd have to go. 81%. And how are they doing on their siege? Still 10 months. I think we have time for this. We got 11 people captured in that siege. Wow. That's a lot of people captured. Okay, so yeah, this is absolutely fine. We definitely win this. There was never any real doubt. 93? Okay, we're going to have to attack up over here as well. And yeah, this whole area is currently in open rebellion, but that's fine. We're just going to come up here and siege. How are we doing on capital timing? 3 months left. Should be okay. They're slow sieging. Very slow sieging, in fact. So yeah, this will be fine. This will end the war. Ooh. May lead you down a path of cynicism. We're going to go this way and get endorsements. Perfect. So there's that war over. And that, of course, means that we can revoke this title. Perfect. Now, as far as this goes, I'm going to do it. There we go. We succeeded. And we are going to revoke his title, but I think we're going to want to... Yeah, that's an act of tyranny. So I think we're going to want to claim the title first. Now, this is getting costly in renown, but I'm willing to accept that. Okay. There we go. And then we'll ransom that guy. Perfect. Let's go ahead and ransom anyone that we can. There we go. That got us 718 gold. We will need to grant out this castle to a low noble, and that's okay. We have a daughter and heir. That will probably change. And we're going to need to work on our control up here for sure. Yeah. So we're going to work on our control there. Wonderful. So that puts us at 11 out of 11 domain. That is just absolutely magnificent. I'm very, very happy about that. And we're going to, of course, put this gold into our mangonels and then our war elephants. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will resume our conquests. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.